everyone, welcome to the Anonymous Budgeter. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you for watching this video. And if you're returning subby, thank you so much for coming by again. I really do appreciate it. Here on my channel, I'm documenting my debt payoff journey towards paying off over $160,000 in student loan debt. I'm also sharing a lot of my personal finances, my financial goals, and my road to financial freedom and independence. So if this is something you're interested in, please consider subscribing to my channel so you don't miss any uploads, and let's get into my April monthly budget. Alright guys, so happy April. As per usual, I have my little budget book, my little budget binder where I keep all my important documents as it relates to my budgeting. So let me go ahead and get my budget sheets for my April Paycheck 1 budget. I know in the beginning of the video I said it's my April monthly budget, but we're actually doing Paycheck 1 budget. Okay guys, so here's a little overview of the budget sheets that I use for my paycheck budget. And I've already pre-filled everything in there, but I still do have to include some numbers. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that with you guys. I typically have it split in 2 sheets because this side has the breakdown, and on this sheet I do my paycheck envelope breakdown. So we'll go through that, but let's get started with the actual numbers and my budgeted amount, and then once we get the actual numbers at the end of the paycheck period, I can go ahead and fill those out. How is everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to the new month. April is looking a little spendy for me. I definitely had a couple of unbudgeted amounts, but you know, we're just gonna roll with the punches when it comes with the budget, and so hopefully everything will work out. Thank God for savings and, you know, cash envelopes is all I'm gonna say. But in terms of my paycheck number 1 budget, this is what we're looking at, and today is actually April 4th and I get paid on the 5th, so I really wanted to do a pre-budget paycheck overview. As usual, I have my little cheat sheet done with my numbers, so I kind of know what I'm looking at. And so in regards to my paycheck 1, I always budget $3,000 for every paycheck. However, I do get a little bit more. So for this paycheck, I am going to be making $3,103.69. I don't have any rollover that I've budgeted for, neither have I budgeted anything for savings. And I'll tell you why savings is here in a little bit. So for rollover, I always like doing my rollover budget the day of the actual paycheck, which is going to be April 5th, and I'm gonna look at my income balance, which is essentially my rollover amount in my account before my paycheck hits. So in regards to that rollover amount, it might be about like $700 or $800 because I did go out and I spent money. So I got gas, I got groceries. My mom and I made a little trip to the Dollar Tree, which was not in the budget, but you know, we'll move some money around and see how that goes. And then I also have an auto savings because again, I am getting paid, and if you've watched some of my previous videos, I always tell you that my auto savings is a percentage of any deposit that hits, or deposit, yeah, that hits in my bank account. It'll go to that. I just allotted $0 because honestly I forgot about it, so I just had to include it there because I know it's gonna come out. And for savings, now the reason I have savings here, or like cash envelopes I guess, but I'm just gonna take it out of my savings, is because I had to get a new laptop yesterday. Was it yesterday or today? No, yesterday, which was Wednesday. So I had to go to the Apple store, I think they call it the Genius Bar, to get my laptop checked because my old laptop that I had, which was the first MacBook that I ever owned, it fell a couple years ago and it was fine. I had a cracked screen, but nothing really to cry over. But then on Sunday, like the March 31st, I guess it was Easter Sunday, yeah, it just literally stopped working. I was in the middle of doing a whole bunch of modules for work. Thank God I got them done because like this black and pink screen started showing on the laptop and it was just really glitchy. So when I went to the Genius Bar, come to find out that like not only do I have to have a new like display screen, but I also would need a new battery. And I did the girl math, you guys, and by the time the money I would have spent to fix the old laptop, I could really just put an extra $150 on there and get a new laptop. So that's exactly what I did. I think I probably would have spent a lot less money if I went to Best Buy, but I've already gotten the laptop. The guy was really nice. He was like really amazing, and I got a student discount as well, even though I'm not a student. And I did take the Apple Care because it's a lot of money, and I'm just like, I have it for 3 years, so here's hoping, fingers crossed, nothing happens. But in the event that something does happen, at least I have that covered. You guys, I'm like an iPad baby, but like the adult version with my laptop. I do everything on that laptop. I mean, yeah, I definitely need a laptop. I don't know about you guys, but like I said, I had to dip in my savings for that because obviously I didn't plan for it. So this is what the numbers are looking like, and I'll just talk to you guys through it, okay? So rent is going to be $750, and again, if you're wondering why my rent is $750, is because I live at home. Rent is, you know, always the first of the month, but because I live at home, you know, it just depends on when my mom like pays her mortgage. And I was like, well, I get paid on Friday, so she's like, that's cool, just, you know, send me the money on Friday, which is fine, which is going to be tomorrow. I have my Apple storage coming out on the 5th as well, which is going to be $10. I budgeted for my Shonen Jump $4. My Metro PCS, which is my cell phone, the family plan that we have, is $110. And that's actually a credit card payment, so it doesn't actually come out from my debit card, but I do pay, you know, once the bill clears on my credit card. My Care Pass is going to be $5. My Apple Music is $13. My Assurity, I budget $26 for that. My Nelnet, which comes out on the 17th, and that I budget $450. And my Progressive is going to be $190. And so we'll come back to this rent here. The little envelope symbol here, I don't know if you guys see that, but it is an envelope system, a little envelope symbol, sorry. So that these are like categories that I'm actually going to take out actual physical cash for. But for rent, I don't know if I want to do anything with that, honestly. It was kind of like a last minute decision, but I think I'm just going to keep it at $0, and I'll talk you guys through it, so you guys will let me know if I should do it or not, but we'll talk about that. So if I calculate everything correctly, that amount here should be $565. If my math is right. If not, you guys can definitely let me know. So then we're going to move over to my variables. So I will budget for my tithes $300, but because I know what I'm getting paid, I know I'm going to actually put $310.37. So my actual amount is going to be $310.37. So it doesn't come out automatically. I actually have to like manually pay it out. So that's that. For gas, I budgeted the amount of $70. I hope that will be able to last me. I did go ahead and gas up today. Today's the 4th. So hopefully between the 2 weeks between my paycheck 1 and paycheck 2, I can spend $35 gassing up for those 2 days. So we'll see how that goes. In regards to my groceries, I allotted $130. SunPass, $50 for this paycheck. Personal is getting $30. Eating out is getting absolutely nothing. I just spent like literally over $1,000 on a laptop. There's no eating out, okay? We're eating the laptop, so there's nothing. I'm sorry guys, that came out wrong, but like no, I'm definitely not eating out. Yeah, we're not doing that. And Amazon is getting $50. Gifts is getting $150. I have a friend of mine who had to do emergency surgery, so I really want to send her some flowers, just a little, you know, get well soon gift that I'm thinking about her, but I haven't heard from her yet because I believe she's staying with her parents, and I just want to make sure that she gets her little get well soon gift, or maybe I may just have to give it to her when she goes back to her apartment, which is fine. The next is work food. I have $25 allotted for that because someone at work is going to get a $25 gift card. It's just a little competition thing that I have there to show a little gratitude for the kids, but it's a little friendly competition. So someone's going to get that. So I allotted $25. Water is getting $80. And my BJ's envelope is getting $40. because I currently have 40 in there, so this will make it 80. But I did go to BJ's last month, so I already have to take off like $50 from that amount that I will have, because I've already spent some of the money. But we do have a BJ's credit card, so we just make the payments on there, and then when the bill is due, we kind of pay it. So my mom and I always split the amounts because we basically shop for the household, so it's that's how we do it. And then for miscellaneous, I'm going to put $0, but I know I'm gonna have an expense of the laptop, so I'm gonna put that amount in pencil actually. So after I spent the amount for the laptop, which included the Apple Care, I did put extra storage on there because the basic was like $250, but I wanted like $500 and something on there. So I went ahead and I paid a little extra for that. So after everything was said and done and taxes, it was $1,474.46. So it pains my soul to have to pay for a new laptop, because that definitely was not in my bingo cards for 2024. But like I said, I'm an iPad baby when it comes to my laptop. I don't play about her, and I really do like the Apple MacBooks. I'm not like an Apple fan or anything like that, but you know, once you have one Apple product, the way this Apple system works, it's like you're kind of almost forced to get everything. And if it's one product that I genuinely would recommend, as someone who's always had like Windows laptops, I would definitely recommend a MacBook. So, and this one I have is a MacBook Air, so yeah, and I feel like they kind of look just like the MacBook Pro, so I don't see any difference. So, and I'm loving it right now, so I'm really happy. And so in regards to my total for this amount, actually, you guys, I have to redo this total. So this total is not going to be correct. So let me go ahead and actually do the calculations, because I think my numbers are off, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm back and I did the calculations for all the numbers. I was looking at it and I was like, this does not make sense, because I was looking at my little cheat sheet over here, and some of the categories are different, so that's why I got super confused. But I was like, there's no way this is gonna equal to $565 when rent alone is $750, so don't mind me. But I fixed that, so we're back on track. So for my bills for the month is going to be $1,550, and my variable expenses are going to add up to $925. For this period, for paycheck number 1, I want to put at least $1,000 into my extra debt payment on top of the $450 that I already have to pay. So yeah, so hopefully I can hit those goals, and this will be really good for me. I don't have any sinking funds coming out. Like I mentioned before, my sinking funds are pretty much stuffed. So let's do the cash envelope breakdown. So for personal, we said we were gonna give $30, which was the amount, and I'm gonna break that down into I want to do 2 10s. So I want to do 2 $10 and 2 5s. So that would be $30. So eating out, we said was going to get $0. My progressive is $190. So we are just going to get $100, 50 and 2 20s. And then work food is going to get $25, which is going to be $120 and $15. Water is getting $80. And then for that, we're just gonna do it in, like, we can do 50, 70, 80. BJ's is getting $40, so BJ's will be 2 $20 bills. And then for rent, so my rent, this one I was thinking was going to be part of my month ahead, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I really want to focus on my debt payment. So that extra money for the rent month ahead, I don't think I'm gonna do it. So I'm just gonna put this as $0. And so for my total income, we're going to budget off of $3,000. I'm not gonna include like the actual amounts yet, because like I said, I like to wait until the actual day when my paycheck one hits for me to know what my rollover is going to be. Plus I have to transfer money in my savings for that miscellaneous expense or the unbudgeted expense for my laptop. Anything else, I think I could probably absorb it into my account, but that for sure, I definitely need to dip into savings. And I did put the payment on my credit card because I was like, let me get that points. So in regard to my total expenses, that is going to be $1,558 plus the $925. So that's going to be a total of $2,483. Savings, I budgeted $0. And then debt, which is like my extra debt payment, I put $1,000. I really could also put my nail net payment here, but I just consider it a bill, so it doesn't really matter. And then for sinking funds, that is typically always $0. And then cash envelopes, my cash envelopes, that's getting $0 because it's already included in my variable and my bills. I don't really do a separate amount. I don't separate the cash envelopes, but if you wanted to do that, if I wanted to do that, I definitely could, but I just keep them, the categories, in the variables or the bills. And then my final balance when I subtract everything, so I have $3,000 and I'm gonna subtract 2,483 minus 1,000. How am I in the negative? Oh, I know why. Okay. So I'm definitely in the negative right now. If you can see this, I have negative $483. So that is definitely not good. But like I said, I do have a rollover balance. My rollover balance is not going to be $0. So have no fear. I'm going to be in the positive. So this is why it's really important to make sure that like when you're budgeting, you look at all the income that you have, because I do have money still in my bank account, but I just choose to always do $0 and just work out of my actual like paycheck deposit. So for this month, if this was actually what I was going to be working with, which was negative $483, best believe I would be looking to reduce in this category. And really probably like not even like my nail net, but maybe I could call the student loan people and be like, hey, I can't pay all this month because it's kind of tight. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? Or maybe my progressive, I can hold off of that because it is technically like a sinking fund. These are sinking funds as well. And also to my debt payment, remember I'm giving an extra $1,000. So I probably would take money off of this section first, just because it doesn't have to be $1,000. So yeah, everything else would stay. I would just take off the money, the negative from the $1,000 in extra debt payment, which would definitely hurt me because I'm trying to get out of debt. But yeah, but these are the numbers that I have for right now. When I come back to do my actuals, you guys will actually see that I actually have a rollover, that I already know what I'm actually getting paid, but I just have to wait for my rollover to come through, because my rollover is going to take care of like, it's definitely more than $483. So I know I'm gonna be fine. I'm not like panicked. And again, this is why it's good to do a breakdown to see like everything, all your numbers, because you know, if you don't have that amount in your account to take care of all those expenses that are coming out, then that's where you kind of decide which categories you're gonna lower from. So yeah, so for me, I would definitely look at the extra debt payment and probably pay like $500 towards that, so that I know I would have enough to cover that negative number that I'm in. And the only reason why I'm in a negative is because when I did my little, I'll show you guys what I was doing. So when I was doing kind of like my little paycheck budget, my pre-paycheck worksheet budget, I did put my rollover, which like I said, in my account I have like $1,459.73, but that was the money, the balance that I had from April 1st. And since then I did have like expenses come out, so I went to like Aldi's, I paid tithes from my paycheck 2, which was supposed to be in March, but I never paid it because this one I have to actually manually pay myself. I also made like an Amazon purchase because I wanted to get a microphone, but I have an iPhone 15 and that was for my iPhone XR, so have to return that. My mom and I hit up the Dollar Tree today, like I mentioned. I went to Aldi's, I pumped gas, and I also went to Walmart to get other groceries that I couldn't find at Aldi's. And so that was like $520. So then I broke the remainder of that, which is probably about like $850 into my bills and then my cash envelopes. Like these are the categories that I'm gonna, you know, technically pull as cash. So when I did that budget, I had a remainder of $1,037. Well, $1,437. So I decided to put an extra $1,000 into my debt payment. But then I was thinking, oh, that extra $400, maybe I could put it into rent for like a month ahead, which was where this part, where the rent the month ahead comes in. But you know, I'm on a journey towards paying debt, and I was like, you know what, I probably should focus on throwing that extra money into my student loans, just because I do have an emergency fund, which is really very much stuffed and stacked, and I don't have to worry about that. But I feel like I'm in my money hoarder ways, so I'm just not gonna put that money in there. In fact, I don't think I'm gonna do it. But let me know in the comments below what you would have done, because I kind of want to do like a month ahead like envelope, which I did here, like a month ahead budget. I would need $1,674, and this would just be for my bills. And I also broke it down into like how long it would take me. If I did 24 months, 18 months, I would need to put $93 a month, and for 12 months I would need to do $140. But I'm like, you know what, girl, just toss that into the student loans. So I think I'm gonna end up possibly putting $1,400 into my student loans, and I'm really making good traction with that. So I definitely want to keep that up. And yeah, because it's really easy to kind of like get in the groove of, oh, I want to save this category and that. But it's like, you know what, let me just focus on my goal, which is paying off debt. And that extra $400 for rent for like a month ahead, that's really not a priority, just because I know I have a really good cushion, and I definitely don't need that. So I think I just talked myself and worked through the problem. So I don't think I'm going to be making that extra debt payment. And I have a little note for myself that my nail net payment is actually going to be $308.41. So I have to manually go back into my account and put in an extra $141.59 to make up for that $450 for my nail net. Which is, yeah, the $450 that I budgeted. So that extra $141.59, I have to actually log in to put that in, so that it would equal to $450. Because I realized, because I'm paying down extra on my student loans, the balance that I owe every month has kind of gone down. Like last month, I think I paid only $107 when my balance was supposed to be $400, and I don't want to lose that momentum. And if I don't keep track of that, then that extra money that should have gone into the student loan can get absorbed probably into like bills and things like that. So I just want to make sure that like I'm keeping track of the payment and making the full monthly payment as it should have been. And so yeah, and then this here is my little Apple charge for my laptop. But yeah, but hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Like this is like my little scratch thing that I do for my budget. And like I said, this is negative because I did not account for my little rollover, but don't worry about it. Like I said, even if I didn't have the rollover, I would not be stuffing $1,000 into my extra debt payment. I would just lower that amount and make sure that I had enough to cover my final balance, because we definitely don't want to be negative $483 in our bank accounts. Okay. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me for this Paycheck One budget overview. If you guys have any questions, please comment down below. I know we kind of started a little bit rough and ended a little bit rough, but hopefully as I keep doing these, it'll be a little bit easier to film on camera. I promise in real life it's a lot messier than this, but this is real life, my real numbers, my real budget. And because I mentioned in the video that my laptop died over the weekend, I'm definitely behind on some videos. I have like a budget closeout, a debt update for you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to like edit them and get them uploaded in time, so those might just be lost in the sauce. But definitely more videos coming out, and I'll just kind of try to push them out. So I apologize in advance if I'm going to be really annoying with the uploads, but hopefully you guys enjoy this. Hopefully this motivated someone to like do their monthly budget. And just know that sometimes the monthly budget, or the paycheck budget, sorry, I don't know why I keep calling it a monthly budget, but sometimes the paycheck budget is not always perfect. But because you do a budget, there's no need to panic. You can always figure things out, and it's okay if you can't put more than you kind of had budgeted for in the first place for debt payoff. The main thing is that you're doing something, you're putting some money aside, you're tackling your debts, and that's all we can do. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.